Hello everyone, welcome to the video series on Java Lab. So today we are going to look at the basic concepts of Java like data types, variables, different operators, and what are arrays, and finally we will close it with control structures. Okay, so whoever is coming from C programming background or C++ programming background, they will find this session very easy. Mm, So first, let's start with data types. So what is a data type? It's the type of a value. So okay, it's mentioned here. So data type specifies the type of value. So whose value it is? It can be the value of a variable or it can be the result of an expression. Okay. And one thing to remember is Java is a strongly typed language. Okay. So what is meant by strongly typed language means whenever you are working with some values or particularly a variable, you have to define the type of variable before using it. Okay, so such type of languages are called as strongly typed languages, and Java is one of them. So if you take C and C++, they are also strongly typed languages because in them also we have to mention the type of the variable. Okay, and coming to different data types in Java, there are 8 primitive types. Okay, mind you, there are primitive types as well as user defined types in Java. So when we are taking primitive data types, there are eight primitive types. So what are those things? They are mentioned here. So you can divide the 8 primitive types into three groups. One is numerical data types, character type, and boolean type. Okay, I am repeating again. There are three groups of primitive data types. One is numerical data types, character type, and boolean type. So if you take numerical data types, you can divide them again into two subgroups. One is integer type primitive types and floating point primitive types. So what are the different data types under integer category is byte, short, long, and int. Now data types under floating point category are float and double. Okay, so in total there are eight, right? Byte, short, long, int, float, double, char, and finally boolean. Okay, now let's see the size or memory requirement for each type. So here the size is given in terms of bits. Now the size for byte type is 8, that means 1 byte. Short is 16 bits, means 2 bytes. Int is 32 bits, means 4 bytes. Long is 64 bits, means 8 bytes. Float is 32 bits, means again 4 bytes. Double is 64, means 8 bytes. Char is 16, that means 2 bytes. So people who are coming from C and C++ background, they know that in C and C++, char takes only 1 byte memory, that is 8 bits. But in Java, a character takes 16 bits, that is 2 bytes. Okay, and Boolean, it takes only one bit, either 0 or 1. 0 means false, 1 means true. Okay, and on the right hand side there are the range of each type is mentioned, the range of values that particular type can hold. Okay, so if you see char, because it has 16 bits, it is able to store 65,536 values. Okay, 0 to 65,535, total 65,536 values. Okay, so Java is able to represent something called as Unicode. Okay, whereas C and C++ can represent only ASCII code, Java is able to represent Unicode. So it covers most of the characters across the world from many countries. Right, so that is about data types. So next we are going to look at the very frequently used things in programming, variables. So why do you use variables in programming? Yeah, whenever you want to store some value and process that value later, you will use variables. So a variable is defined as a named location in memory. So that memory is random access memory, which is also called as main memory, and it is generally used to store data. Okay. Now, how to create a variable in Java is, it's very simple, the same as in C and C++. You write the data type. Okay, just now you have seen 8 primitive data types. So you can write any data type followed by variable name and closing it with semicolon. Okay, right. Now this is an example. Data type is int here, which represents integer, and variable name is x. Okay. So once you declare the variable like this, then you can assign some value to that variable by using this syntax. Variable name equal to value. So here equal to is called as assignment operator. Whenever you want to assign some value to something, you will use equal to. Okay. Now example is variable is x equal to the value I am assigning to x is 10. Okay. So now you can combine this variable declaration and this value assignment into a single line like this. Okay, int x equal to 10 and closing it with semicolon. So this is how you declare and assign values to a variable in Java. Now next comes different operators in Java. So most of these things are same as in other languages like C and C++, but anyhow, let's see. So why do we use operators is to perform operations, very simple. Okay, whenever you want to perform some operations on values, or in this case we call them as operands, we use operators. Okay, now these operands can be anything as mentioned here. It can be a literal value like 2 plus 3, 2 and 3 are called literals, or it can be variables. I mean a plus b, okay, a into b or a into c, those things are variables, or these things can be expressions also. Okay, right. Now, what are the different operators in Java are arithmetic operators, bitwise operators, relational operators, logical operators, and one assignment operator. We have already seen this operator in the previous example for a variable. Okay, so for calculating or performing arithmetic operations, we use arithmetic operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo, that is remainder. Okay, and this is increment, decrement, right? And these things are shorthand operators for this. So plus equal to is a shorthand operator for plus, like that. Okay, minus equal to, star equal to, divided by equal to, and mod equal to. So I will show you the use of these things in the demo, don't worry. And bitwise operators, if you want to perform bitwise operations like and, or, xor, etc., we will use these things. So this is bitwise not. Okay, and this is bitwise and, bitwise or, exclusive or, and this is right shift, and this is right shift with zero fill. Okay, right shift with zero fill, and this one is left shift, right? And these are all shorthand operators for these things, just like we have seen here, right? And whenever you want to compare two or more values, we will use relational operators. So this is equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Okay, and next comes logical operators. So whenever you want to find whether something like an expression or a variable is true or false, or the result of an expression is true or false, you will use logical operators. Okay, logical and, or, exclusive or. So this is short circuit or, short circuit and, logical not. Okay, and these things are shorthand operators, right? Okay, and here in the last, this is a ternary operator, which takes three operands. Okay, so people using C and C++ already know about this ternary operator, are also called as conditional operator, right? And final thing is assignment operator, which is equal to. Whenever you want to assign some value, you will use this. Okay, like we have used here, int x equal to 10. So those are some of the things that we are going to learn today. Now let's see a small demo on whatever we have learned so far. So maybe I will tell you 3 or 4 programs on this. So let's go to JDoodle. Okay. So let me first of all create a class. Mm, or in this case, let me create a public class. Let me name the public class as basics. Okay, and as usual, you can create the main method, public static void main, and it takes one argument which is a string array, right? Okay. Now this thing can be anything. You can write a, you can write x, or you can write your name like this. It's just the array name, okay? Name of the array. That's all. So as usually we will write arguments, right? Okay. Now, so what I'm going to do in this program is read 2 values from the keyboard, add them and display the result. Okay, read 2 values from the keyboard, add them and display the result. So for reading the values from keyboard, we will use a class called scanner. Sorry, not public. You have to write import java dot util dot scanner. Okay. So I already told you what is the use of import keyword in the previous video, right? Okay. So the class we are going to use for reading values from the keyboard is scanner. Then what is this java.util? Java.util is the package name in which the scanner is stored or present. Okay, scanner class is present inside java.util package. That's why we are writing java.util.scanner. Okay, right. Now, in order to use the scanner class, you have to create an object for that class. So how to create an object is class name, which is scanner, object name, which is input, equal to a new keyword. Okay, new is a keyword in Java which is used to create objects. I mean, which is used to allocate memory for objects. Again, the same class name, which is scanner, and inside the parenthesis we are going to pass a parameter which is the in object, which is available in system class. Okay, so I am repeating again. Scanner is a predefined class and input is the object name. Okay, so input is an object which belongs to scanner class, and new is a keyword in Java for allocating memory for the objects. Okay, and system.in is a predefined object which represents standard input, right? So maybe you can note these things in your book, which will be helpful later for reference. Okay, so if you want to listen again, just uh, go back and listen the video again, right? Okay. Now, one thing I want to tell you is this thing can be actually anything. For example, you can write x, you can write a, you can write n, or whatever, right? So I am writing input here because we are using that for taking input. That's why I'm writing it as input. Now, let us create a variable. So you have already seen just now how to create a variable. Data type, variable name, let's say a, equal to. Now, what is the value I want to assign is whatever I am giving here. So in JDoodle, how to give the input is like this. One number is 10 space 20. So here I am giving 2 values. One is 10, another one is 20. Or you can give like this also, 10, next line, 20. Anything is okay. So let me give like this, 10 space 20. So how many values I am giving here? 2. Okay. Now how to store this 10 in A? So how to do it is we will use the object name here, which is input. Okay, dot So in the scanner class, there is a method called next int. Okay, so this is a method, or in C or C++, we will call them as functions. So next int is a predefined method which is available in scanner. So be careful, I is capital here. Okay, so what did I do is I have used this object name which is input dot, the method name is next int. So this method is available in scanner. So whenever you want to access anything which is available in the class, first you need to create the object and then object dot whatever you want to use. Okay, so the you can guess what does this method do. Next int means it takes the next integer. So the next integer is, I mean actually the first integer is 10. So if I use this thing again, I will get 20, because 10 is already read, it will read 20. So I will do that thing now. You can just copy paste. Now second variable b, int b equal to input dot next int. So 10 goes here and 20 goes into b. Okay, now let's display the sum. So for printing something, you have already seen in the previous lab exercise, you have to write system dot out dot println. Okay, now I don't remember whether I have explained this line in the previous video, but system is also a predefined class, just like scanner is a predefined class. System is also a predefined class, and out is an predefined object. Okay, and println is a method available on this object. Okay, system is a class, out is a predefined object, and println is a method available on this out object. Okay, right. Now to simply display the sum, you can directly write a plus b. Okay, so that's all. This is the basic program which takes two values from the keyboard and show the result. So you can click on execute here. So let's see. Right, so the result is 30. Okay, now instead of simply displaying the value, let's display some message and display the value after that. Sum of a and b is, okay, so I am going to display this string. So this is called a string. Whatever you find in double quotes, that is called a string. Now let's execute. Now it is displaying the same thing which I have written here. Sum of a and b is, we have to display the value here. So to display the value after a string or something, you have to use the operator plus. Okay, you have to use the operator plus. Now you have to display a plus b. Now let's execute and see what we will get. Sum of a and b is, oh, we got 10, 20. What is this? This is wrong, right? We have to get 30. So what is happening here is, apart from integer values, if you are using a string along with plus, these integer values will automatically be converted into strings. That's why you are seeing 10 and 20. Okay, it's same as writing like this, 10 plus 20. So Java is doing this. So we don't want to do this, we want to display the value. So a kind of hack for this is, you can do like this and write a plus b. Simply enclose the expression in parenthesis, that's all. Now let's see, execute. Sum of a and b is 30, right? We got it. Now you can give a space here if you want. Yeah, sum of a and b is 30. Now instead of this, I want to display sum of 10 and 20 is 30. If you want to do that, sum of, okay, so the value a plus and b, and sorry, here also you have to give plus plus and double quotes, that's all. So this is a string, sum of value, again string, value, again string, and again final value. Now let's execute and see. Right. So we are missing a space here. B is right. Sum of 10 and 20 is 30. Okay. I hope it is clear. So whenever you are using uh, plus, okay, with one of the operands as a string, remember that the other operand will also be converted into a string. Okay. So in case of strings, plus is called a concatenation operator. Okay. So I will write it as a comment. In case of strings, plus is used as a concatenation operator. Concatenation means joining together. Okay. In all other cases, a plus is used as addition operator or arithmetic addition operator. Please be careful with this. Whenever you are using plus in system dot out dot println statement, you remember this point. Okay. Right. Now you have seen variables, and you have also seen the data type like int. Okay. mm, Fine. Now again, let's see a small program to find whether a given value is even or not. Okay. Maybe I will tell you this after talking about control statements. Okay. So let's stop with this, and I will continue the things with mm, control statements in the next video. Okay. So that's it for this video. Thank you.